very kind to people. And that's what I wanted my children to be. And it really, as Connor got older, I really saw that in him, the kindness that he had. And he was the kind of friend that if you needed something, he would be there for you. He would give you the shirt off his back. And that's, you don't meet very many people like that. That's a very rare type of a person to meet. Obviously, I don't want my kids to ever feel like, that they don't matter. Of course, you're who you are is so important, and loving yourself is so important. But I wanted them to step outside of who they were and to really impact and touch the world. And I really saw that in Connor. And he wanted to have a car, and so my husband and I told him, you can have a car. There's things you're going to need to do to get that car. And told him about how having a work ethic was extremely important. And he got his first job, and it was at McDonald's. And he saved his money and got his first car. He got himself a Camaro. I can't remember the year. I want to say it was.
It was red, right?
Yeah, it was a red Camaro. I want to say it was the early 2000s, but I don't think it was. I think it was maybe the late 1990s. I don't remember, but it was a cute car. He got it at a used car lot in.
We'll put a picture of it right here.
Yeah, he got it at a used car lot in Louisville, Texas, from the nicest guy. His name was Daryl, and obviously Connor didn't have any credit. But this guy trusted Connor. Connor put a nice down payment on it. I think he put $3,000 down on it. And the guy shook his hand, and they made a deal, and Connor made all his payments. And this is only at 16. And, he paid his own car insurance, and he paid his own phone bill. And a lot of people would say that's a lot of responsibility to give a child. No, it's not. I think teaching your children at a young age the responsibility of what's to come and letting them know how important it is for their self-esteem to know what they can do and accomplish is such a gift you give your children. And it really made Connor feel empowered. There were times he felt frustrated because he wouldn't have enough money or what have you. And my husband and I always told him, we'll help you out. But he knew that he always had to pay us back. There were no free rides in life. And I wanted my kids to understand that is you're responsible for what you do. And if there's things that you want, then there's ways to get them. So we always taught our children that. And he made us so proud. I mean, so proud. He in high school, he was the kind of kid. I mean, he didn't deal with the kids who were doing the drinking and the drugs. He kind of kept to himself. He was very much a loner. He would come home and spend a lot of his time at home, and sometimes it hurt my husband and I that he wasn't out doing things. But he didn't want to be out doing what other kids were doing, because he would tell me, Mom, don't you realize all the kids, they're out doing things that aren't good? And and I tell him, okay, but you as a parent, you want your kids to kind of fit in and do things. But he was involved in choir, and he loved choir at the school, and they'd have their the shows that they would perform and stuff like that. But more than anything, I think he was happy being home, and there was something that gave him great comfort being home. He loved knowing we were here. He loved knowing we were a family. And that gave me great comfort. But again, as a parent, you want to see your kids having fun and doing things. But he didn't want to do it at the expense of jeopardizing who he was. And I admired that in him. To have that at that age is remarkable. To know that you know who you want to be at that age is just, to me, I found it so admirable. I mean, he doesn't know this, and I do think I told him at times, because I would always tell him that he's my hero and that I admired him, but I don't think he did at that time. But man, I stood back in admiration for him as a young man, and just admired everything about him, and he really struggled. One thing I didn't talk about is, it was end of 8th grade, beginning of 9th, his freshman year in high school, he started to really struggle with acne, really bad acne. And God bless him, I felt so horrible because there was really nothing we could do because of him having had seizures before because Accutane, there was too much of a risk for it, and we tried other medicines, but you know, they had a little impact on him, but not much. And that was something I worried about because I know how cruel kids can be. I mean, I went to high school and I remember a girl, Diana, who was teased ridiculously about her acne. So for me as a parent, I worried that that was happening to him, but Connor held himself a certain way, and I don't think, yes, I think his acne really bothered him. I think it would bother anybody, but I think I instilled him with enough confidence in himself that he knew he was going to survive it. That's the one thing I tried to do when my kids were little, is always instill in them the confidence to know who they were, that it really wasn't about your appearance and your outside appearance, because we think it is, but it really isn't. You could be the ugliest person on earth, but if you have a beautiful heart, I do believe that heart is going to shine, and it's going to make you be the most beautiful person on earth. So I think that was kind of how he got through it. I think Connor knew he was a really good person deep down inside, and so I think that helped him through those years. And I would ask him, I'm a parent who would ask. I would say to him, "Hey son, how is school? And do kids ever tease you about your acne? And it's okay to tell mom if they do, sweetheart. It's okay to confide in me." And he would look at me and he'd say, no, mom, people don't. And I'd say, really? And he'd say, no, they don't. And I'd say, well, that's good that they don't. And so he always knew he could talk to me, and I do think that he wasn't teased about it. So, I mean, kudos to the kids at the high school who weren't teasing. I mean, that says a lot about our high school if he truly wasn't being teased about it, because I remember kids calling, kids pizza face in high school. I remember that. But he said he was not, and I do think he would have told me if he was. So he made it through that, and then it was in 2010, March 4th of 2010. I'll never forget the day. You don't forget certain things. That my husband had been unemployed without a job for a year. And he was coming up on a year. It'd be a year in May of 2010. And it was the most difficult year of our life, and we'll talk about that in another time, just to give you an idea of how you can make it through the most difficult year of your life. And we didn't have health insurance, and we get a call.